The eclipse during the new moon on October 25th will be the last solar eclipse of 2022, peaking at 6:49 a.m. It will be followed by the last lunar eclipse of 2022 on November 8th. This partial solar eclipse occurs at 2 degrees exactly in the sign of Scorpio. The most significantly affected people are born with planets and points at approximately 0 to 7 degrees of the fixed signs Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Due to its proximity to the cusp, planets and points from 27 to 30 degrees of the cardinal signs Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn will also be impacted. Eclipses shine the bright light of truth to the part of your life where the eclipse occurs. They act as brilliant spotlights revealing things that you were unaware of previously. Eclipses can also act as a catalyst to major life decisions. For those living on the East Coast, the energies of this solar eclipse are strongly focused in the first house, the house that is all about you. With 3 planets all tightly conjunct for this eclipse, it is the major driving energy in this chart. The moon is in the water sign of Scorpio in the first house of the self. The moon is said to be in fall in the sign of Scorpio. Planets in fall tend to be focused on the physical matters of life. But why would a water sign create difficulties for the moon? One would expect that the moon in Scorpio, with both elements having a strong emotional makeup, would be better placed. Scorpio experiences emotions with the greatest intensity of all the signs. But Scorpio has difficulties expressing itself, which is why it is more challenging for the moon. And Scorpio is primarily focused on one-to-one relationships, while the first house energies here are primarily focused on the individual, perhaps an area that some are reluctant to look at. This in-depth focus on the self is reinforced strongly by the conjunction with the sun. The sun is all about your personality. It will bring intense focus on you as an individual, both by planet and by house. After all, the sun is shining in the first house, fully lighting it up for all to see. In tight conjunction with the new moon solar eclipse is the planet Venus. Venus is in detriment in the sign of Scorpio. Venus in Scorpio is focused on deep emotional and spiritual connections one experiences through relationships. In the first house, the challenge will be shifting that laser intense energy away from relationships and towards looking deeply into yourself and your values. Mars is in the air sign of Gemini in the 9th house. Mars is the planet of action. In the mental sign of Gemini, Mars provides quick response to the quicksilver nature of Gemini. However, Mars in Gemini can have difficulty completing one task before jumping to another. In the 9th house of spiritual learning, religion, and travel, Mars in Gemini may seek personal or spiritual growth through activities in these areas. Mercury is in the air sign of Libra in the 12th house. Mercury is focused on logical thought. In a mental sign like Libra, it's all about looking at issues from both sides. The scales of Libra are always concerned with balance. In many ways, the 12th house is also focused on mental issues, things that we think are hidden away, private, secret. It also deals with spiritual enlightenment, our connection with God, our subconscious. Mercury is trine Mars, so it will reinforce any desires of Mars to seek spiritual growth. It can also help us ferret out hidden information that may be helpful to Mars in its pursuit of knowledge, especially since the ascendant, which is how the world sees us, is conjunct Mercury and trine Mars. The mysterious, elusive Neptune is in the water sign Pisces, in the 5th house of pleasure. With Neptune squaring Mars, be careful that the illusions of pleasure don't distract you too much from what Mars is trying to accomplish. Saturn, in the air sign of Aquarius, is located in the 4th house of home. Saturn is all about responsibility and structure. Saturn is the classical ruler of Aquarius, so the planet is strong and happy in this sign. Can't you just see yourself finally organizing your DIY projects, cleaning out your closets, and getting all those honeydews accomplished? Turning your whole house upside down just to get it all organized and completed. However, challenging your domestic goals will be the square of Saturn with Uranus in Taurus, and its desire to change more slowly. Since Uranus is in the 7th house of partnerships, a significant someone else may have other plans for what they want to do instead. Solar eclipses occur during a new moon when the lunar nodes are close to the luminaries. A new moon creates a new beginning. Since every solar eclipse is a new moon, it is also fated to bring a new beginning. The lunar nodes add a karmic nature to the picture. In this chart, the node impacted by the eclipse is the South Node. The South Node in Scorpio brings up karmic issues from the past. It deals with unresolved themes that are now repeating, themes that can now be rectified. Since we're dealing with the universal South Node, these karmic issues are more global in nature. The Scorpio-Taurus axis of the lunar nodes deals with transformation versus stability. The South Node in Scorpio experienced transforming energies in the past, while the North Node in Taurus is moving us towards stabilizing energies in the future. Since the nodes in a transit chart work on a universal level, this eclipse will have some type of personal impact on everyone, especially those with planets in fixed signs. And since this eclipse is in the fixed signs of Taurus and Scorpio, it bodes to have a very lasting effect. In summary, eclipses shine the bright light of truth to the part of your life where the eclipse occurs. They act as brilliant spotlights, revealing things that you were unaware of previously. This solar eclipse will have the greatest impact on people born with planets near 2 degrees Scorpio in the fixed signs of Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius, and the last 3 degrees of the cardinal signs of Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. For those living on the East Coast, the energies of this solar eclipse are strongly focused in the 1st house, the house that is all about you. With the Sun, Moon, and Venus all tightly conjunct during this eclipse, it is the major driving energy in this chart. The Moon in Scorpio is primarily focused on one-to-one relationships, while the 1st house, where the Moon currently resides, is primarily focused on the individual, perhaps bringing up issues that some are reluctant to look at. The Sun brings intense focus on you as an individual, both by planet and by house. After all, the Sun is shining in the 1st house, fully lighting it up for all to see. In tight conjunction with the new moon energies is the planet Venus. Venus is focused on the deep emotional and spiritual connections one experiences through relationships. For these 3 planets in the 1st house, the challenge will be shifting that laser-intense energy away from your intimate relationships and deeply into yourself and your values. Mars in Gemini in the 9th house is seeking personal or spiritual growth. Aiding Mars in these pursuits will be the focused, logical energy of Mercury. But be careful that the illusions of Neptune don't distract you from Mars and its plan of action. Saturn in the 4th house can turn your home upside down while trying to get it all organized. Challenging your domestic goals will be the planet Uranus, who may have other plans for what should be done instead. A new moon solar eclipse creates a new beginning, and karmic issues from the past now have an opportunity to be rectified. Thank you for watching. If you would like to be notified of future videos, please subscribe and click the notify bell icon so you'll know when new videos come out. If you enjoyed the video, please click on the thumbs up icon.